Hey guys, it's me again. I am back with Empire Season 6, Episode 3. I do not know the title of this episode because I didn't bother to look it up. I just got done watching it and I wanted to get it out to you guys right away. So, the episode starts off again back when Lucius is like reflecting after he got shot. That's probably gonna be the last episode of this season of when he got shot or whatnot, and he talking about his haters and all that, blah 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 blah. And then it jumps, and we see a character who we have not seen in a long time, Miss Frida Gat slash who I was calling Dage Love back in the day, but Dage Love then got kind of girly lately, but whatever. So she's spitting on a corner on the stoop, spitting that high fire die line. I'm just like, shut up, y'all. Know what I'm just talking about. So she's sitting there spitting or whatever, and then she go off from the corner, and somebody else start rapping, and she slide off and start selling some drugs. So she a corner boy now, and then it's like, oh snap, Frida Gets. When you gonna be coming out with that mixtape? She's like, oh no, I was done with that. Don't even mention that man's name or whatever. I was done with that after she, shot at Lucius or whatnot. She showed her little gun, like, yeah. When I see him, next time I see him, he knows what's got coming for him. And then they go to the gun that shoots Lucius, and it looks like to me that that's the same gun, but I highly doubt that it's her shooting him. But whatever. So that, and then the show comes on. So this is going to be a pretty quick, well, I say it's going to be quick, but I talk a lot. I don't know. I took like 2 pages and it's only like a front and back page. So hopefully I will try to make this very concise and let y'all get back to y'all evening. Okay, so it goes to Damon Cross because he was like, Cookie. He, showed up at her house and he got her tied up, up on a chair in her kitchen. And he's like, oh, I could have loved you, and you're gonna tell me what you gave to Lucius and blah blah blah. And he just got veins popping out his face and all this stuff, and he just wilding out on her talking, and then he got a chair and he break a window, and I'm like, you just messing up people's house. What's wrong with you? Calm down, sir. So yeah, he calls Lucius and he's like, well, he tells her that he gonna blow her brains out or whatnot. He don't call Lucius yet. So from there it goes to Terry and Dre and the baby, the new little lion cub. And then, they sitting there loving the baby. And then Kingsley, the hallucination of Kingsley comes up. And he's like, I told you, you owe me. We need to secure the future of little baby. Well, they don't reveal the baby's name till after, so I ain't going to do it till after. Well, to the end. So we're going to need to secure the baby and all this and make sure that Lucius don't come back and try to take back what you have or whatnot. So Andre always just has this insecurity or this thing where he just feels like his father isn't going to trust him with the company. He's going to always take it back. Like, he's go start your own company then. Like, why you always think he gonna take something? Like, go do your own thing. Like, why are you so hell bent on having empire? Oh, it's mine. Whatever. So silly. So from there, we jump to Tiana and Treasure. And are they a dynamic duo now? Because they're like doing another little song together. And they're like, yeah, with like a neon yellow limey and a hot pink ass dress. They look real. I don't know, y'all. This season, I'm giving y'all what they giving me. I'm trying to hype it up and just try to be excited about this season, but this is what they giving. And then they're saying from what Tiana said last episode when Andre when she heard about Andre and Terry's baby, she was like, all life matters and all life is important. They're taking Tiana as being pro-life as her stance on like abortion. So all her fans and people are like coming out against her and all that. So from there, but she was just saying like she meant what she said. So like she don't really care about them thinking that that's her stance. But okay, we'll just pause on that and then jump. So then we get to Oh yeah, and then Maya in there. So Maya in there while they're having this conversation, and she was just saying that Tiana and all them need to stay in their lane and stop making comments on stuff that or whatnot. Just be singers and whatever. When singers and actresses and all that, when they use their platform and then they come out and say certain things and it messes up their sales or whatnot, or just turns fans against them, it can be problematic for the company. So that's what Maya's standpoint on it is, trying to look at it from that point of view. Anyway, we get to Becky at Bossy Media. We do not see Giselle at all this episode, so maybe she's busy. And she's working on, the silent singer, Miss Lala. And so I guess the lady who was at the karaoke last week, maybe she works for Empire. She's a producer, and she was like, "Oh, I'm telling you, like, I know she has a good voice and whatnot, but she's just not hearing it, and she's Lala's just still not singing out or whatnot." So she's like, "I know a holistic vocal coach who we can use." Excuse me, and but he's pricey. And then Becky's like, "How pricey?" She's like, $10K a motherfucking month. And she was like, "I can't afford that." It's like, we know how to put our money into this space, and we put this money into signing her, and she's our only artist that they just really want this girl to work. And I'm like, y'all, okay. So she got them problems. So we jump. Lucius is at the barber shop getting cleaned up and stuff. I just don't trust it. Every time I see somebody with a knife and stuff, like not a knife, but a shaving and stuff, I think they're gonna get their neck sliced open. Or I think about the color purple. This is so random. About like, when she was giving Missa Mr. Shave, and she was just gonna cut him. I digress. Excuse me, y'all. So yeah, and I'm like, he getting the shave or whatnot. Then I guess his bodyguard or his driver come, and he got the laptop. Lucia has a laptop with him, and then they talking about what their plans are as far as the whole damn cross situation. But he gets a call from Damon Cross saying that he has Cookie, and then Lucius is real funky with it. He's talking about some, well, that's not my problem. She stopped being my problem when she left me in the airport or the air landed thing, and she didn't come with me. So, that shit get old, right? You thought she was like in love with her, but she your problem now. I don't care. So he pretty much told Damon, like, you go ahead and do what you want to do it, because Damon was like, you got 2 hours. And he was like, I don't give no fuck. Do what you want to do. So he hung up on him, and Damon's cross like, he's just real crazy and stuff right now. I thought this could have been so much more different, because I'm like, you had access to his daughter, but that just kind of makes me think that he actually did care about his daughter, because he never put Damon Cross's daughter in the line of fire or like in any danger at any point. So maybe he does have feelings for her. Okay, Lucius, whatever. So, um, Damon and Cookie, you know what? They are going back and forth, and he was like, he would have treated her like a queen. And look at how Lucius don't even give a fuck about her, and how he don't care about her, like being in his captivity and whatnot. How, like, why would you even choose him over? She's like, I didn't choose nobody really. Like, she really didn't choose either one of them. When it came to that point, she chose herself, and she left both of them and kept it moving. But they both just got problems. Stop talking to these crazy ass men, Cookie. But she crazy too, so it is what it is. All birds of a feather. So, and it's so weird how Lucius tried to be like, oh, I don't owe her nothing. She went to jail for 17 years for you. Like, what you mean you owe her nothing? I don't give a boy. Like, that just throws me off. He just be trying to say he don't owe nothing. But anyway, we jump back to Andre. He is at the doctor. He's not at his regular doctor. He's at another doctor trying to see about what's going on with his hallucinations. Sorry, I need to take a little drink, y'all. And the doctor's like, well, trying to get the meds recalibrated. Mental illness is a motherfucker, y'all. And from there, The doctor's like, maybe it's survivor's guilt, because he's like, why am I having these hallucinations? He's like, well, Kingsley literally died and it saved your life. So there's a lot of things, and he's your brother that you just found out about. It's so many reasons why you could be hallucinating about him. You didn't really know him, and you have a part of him in you. There's so much, so that can go so many ways. So anyway, jumps from there. Becky's family makes an appearance out of nowhere. Her younger sister, I believe, and I think her brother come in, and they're like, "Hey, girl, you said that we can come by. We can come by anytime and get a tour of what's going on. What artists you got going on? Blah 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 blah." So first, I thought they was like some freeloaders and some moochers, but it turns out her sister is pretty well to do. But her brother, I think that's her brother, is because she was upset to see him. He's kind of like a hustler or whatnot, illegitimate type stuff going on. So she was like trying to like deter them. She's like, this isn't a good time. Yeah, I got a lot of fires to put out. This ain't a good time. But they were like, oh, we just wanted. She's like, you know what? I'll just give y'all a tour or whatnot. Boom. Because she was like, we wanted to know what's going on because we ain't heard from you and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so then we jump back to Damon and Cookie. Um, So he was like, well, if Lucius ain't gonna come for you or care, if you ain't somebody he cares about right now or this present time, then I'm gonna get somebody that I know he cares about, what his legacy, his grandchildren. And she's like, that's my grandchildren too. She's like, so he calls and he puts in a call saying like, oh, go after, I know it's Bella, Prince, and the new one that's at the hospital. So they trying to go. So he sticks his men on trying to figure out the, details on where they are at and all that. Then he's talking about he want to cook some crawfish etouffee, and he look in her fridge like, yeah, people just got crawfish up in their fridge, maybe in the freezer, but because if you don't live like right by it, anyway, it don't matter. So he finds some shrimp. He's talking about he about to cook or whatnot. So and then it jumps from that. Anyway, that was really irrelevant. But he just kind of descending into madness, like he's just really losing it. It's like, why him? He done went crazy and held her captive. Lucius got held captive by Demi Moore, but that was way more ridiculous. And it's like they just always getting held captive by somebody. But anyway, so then it jumps back to Tiana and Treasure, and talking about Tiana starts talking to Treasure about how she meant what she said. She is pro-life, but Treasure brings up the thing to her like, well, no, she's like telling her like, oh, well, why are you so hell bent on being pro-life or whatnot? And then she brings up how when she was under Eddie Barker's management at Empire, he kind of tried to encourage her to get an abortion when she got pregnant by Hakeem, and her and Hakeem were having problems. She made the appointment and she was going to go through with it, and it's just something overwhelms her, and so within her said that she should do it, and she kept her baby, and he's the best thing that ever happened to her. And she was actually pregnant with twins, and she lost one, so she was like, she's so happy that she at least has one of her children or whatnot. So there was that, and it jumps to Andre and Lucius are on the phone. They have a conversation about like Andre's like, hey Pop, and he like, oh, I'm sorry I missed the birth of my grandson, but I can't wait to see him soon. And then he has a flashback on how he walks in when he was hustling and Cookie gave birth. I thought it was to Andre, but no, it's when she gave birth to Jamal. I guess they're gonna try to still reference Jamal's character throughout the season, even though he is not there. But it's right there in front of us. He's there in spirit. And she was like, oh, you weren't even here. He's like, I was out here hustling and I'll always be there for you and protect you and the family, blah, blah, blah. She's like, his name is Jamal. He was like, no, why you name him that? He's like, it means beauty. So whatever, it jumps from there. Goes back to Damon and Cookie, and they going back and forth, and she's like, I can't let this man kill or go after my grandchildren. I need to do something. So she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he lets her out because he's like, first now you going yourself. She's like, no, I need to go to the bathroom. So he unties her, cuts her loose, and then she like, you know what, I can't let you go after my grandchildren. Wow, what kind of a person would I be? No. And then she goes to try to be all the cookie, I'm cookie, and I'm, try to walk away. And she was like, and then he got a gun to her back. She said, what you gonna do? Just shoot me and shoot me then. So he shoots her ass. Like, girl, that's what you good. Your mouth saying shit that your ass can't cast. So he shoots her. So I'm like, oh shit. And then it goes to commercial and stuff. But turns out he only grazed her leg. Like barely. She ain't like shot, but it's still like a leg wound. I didn't know where he shot her. I just know he had the gun to her back. She starts walking away and pow, shot her. But it was just like a leg wound, nothing too big. Oh wait, but then he has her tied back up again, and he's like, "Oh, he finished cooking this shrimp etouffee, and he wants her to try it." And then she tries and she spits the shit back in his face, and it's randomly classical music playing in the background. It's a little weird. And she's just like, he's just like Lucius. All he did was cause her pain. While he said that he would do her better, but literally he's just causing her pain and emotional distress. So he's no better. Her making the choice to leave both of them alone was the better choice, is what she was trying to say. But he doesn't see it that way. He all sweating and saying no and cooking shrimp, but whatever. From there, we go back to Becky and her family drama, and her sister is like, since how come you haven't been sending any money or sent money in like 3 months, and to mom and dad or whatnot, so what's going on? She was like, well, it takes a lot of money to start a new company. She's like, well, most new businesses fail, and she was just being really a Debbie Downer about the whole thing. And she was like, well, if you don't have the money, I've been picking up your slack. What's going on? And she was like, well, I didn't marry. Like, so apparently her sister married well and whatnot, and she's got money. So I'm like, why is he talking stuff then if you got the money to cover it? And if Becky was single and covering it, like, really? Like, what's the problem? But whatever. I guess she was coming and investigating what her sister was doing, and they just coming to being nosy. And the brother um, was up in there talking stuff. And then after the sister walks away, the young sister walks away, the brother comes and he was like, well, let me come in and shut up shop up in there and whatnot. And she was like, please, you ain't gonna be coming here selling your bootleg Gucci stuff and blah. He's like, well, if I set up shop. So he just pretty much propositions to her money laundering. I was like, what in the power is going on? Now you gonna be money laundering, Becky? Is that how we going? So I was like, y'all, no, let's not do this. Let's not go there. So it would just not goes off, but it goes to another scene. And it goes back to Tiana and Treasure with their pro-choice conversation. And Treasure is like, I don't know how Treasure is the one. Maybe because way back when Treasure had a brain before she got all famous and the it girl type stuff, like, she used to be in social work. She was like, well, what about the girl who was raped, 13-year-old girl who was raped by her uncle, who wants to, get rid of her baby, and what about this and this, giving her scenario. Then Tiana's like, I never thought about it like that. Like, really, bitch, you never thought about any other situation but your own when it came to pro-choice and pro-life? Like, seriously, you sound real fucking dumb right now. So anyway, like, it was like what they're trying. And then I'm like, when they push these issues in shows, or when they try to put these issues in shows and they try to put examples, it's just, sometimes it just comes off as so fake. And it's just like, this is one of those moments. It was just like, okay, it's a topic or hot topic that you need to address or something to try to make the show seem real. Like, all right, whatever. So from there, it jumps back to Lucius, and he's having second thoughts because he meets up with the feds or whatnot to try to sick the feds or whatnot and clear his name and sick them back on Damon Cross. But he's sitting there having second thoughts because, Cookie is his ride or die, and he at the end of the day, that is his family. He don't want nothing to happen to her. So he's like, oh, to the Fed lady, like, oh, I'm sorry that I even brought you out here for this, but I'll have something else for you. My bad. So he go on about his business to go save Cookie. So from there, Cookie tells him like, please don't kill my grandchildren. If you gonna kill somebody, kill me. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with this. And then she's like, oh God, please save me and all that. She's praying and crying and sweating. And then Lucius calls Damon Cross and tries to cut a deal with him, says he wants to have a deal or whatever. I guess the switch would be for her and the laptop switch or whatever. So from there, Terry and Dre are praying, and saying that their child's gonna be better and all this, and Father God, please protect him and all this stuff. And then the Kingsley hallucinations, spitting all this blasphemous things like, oh Lord Jesus, blah blah blah. And then he just kind of like, Andre gets a hold because he knows that these aren't real. This is just his medication, and hopefully maybe the medication that he just got recalibrated helps him get rid of these negative images and hallucinations in his mind. And then Kingsley walks away. So we don't know if this is the end of that, but he gone for now. So we jump. I'm doing pretty good on time. Hey. So this is like the Speedy Gonzalez. It's not that fast, but review. Becky and her family, Becky and her sister, have a heart to heart. She was like, yeah, I just wanted to know, why would you even entertain, I guess I think that's their brother, idea to do the money thing and do some shady dealings out of your business. If you needed some money, Becky, or a loan, why didn't you just say so? She's like, I wasn't gonna say that to you because he was sitting here getting on my nerve the whole time and blah blah blah. He's like, and then she breaks down how she always looked up to Becky and the parents always liked her. And she's like, well, you always she was like, you didn't have to treat me like that, as he was growing up. But then Becky was like, oh, you always had your alcoholic friends and you were doing this. She's like, well, you had the cool friends. And apparently Becky was the cool one and the one to be looked up to. But that is her big sister. So I could see how she looked up to Becky. But she was like, you didn't have to be saying all this stuff about my husband being born at my wedding. And she was like, I'm right. And she's like, you right and everything. So they made up woo 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 woo. And baby sister wrote her a good check to help her get things going. So that was the Becky situation. So, y'all. Okay, so we jump back again to the Tiana Treasure pro-choice conversation. And Treasure, funky dirty self, like, you can't trust her. She a little snake rat ass hoe. Like, I wouldn't even tell her none of my personal business, never talk to her, confide in her about nothing, because she goes on IG trying to be fucking fake woke about fucking abortion, telling us, yeah, I just want you guys to know that, yeah, I'm pro-choice, and I just want you to, yeah, and then Maya comes up like, what the fuck is this? And then she was like, well, I just want to, my fans to know my stance on things. And she was like, you know what? This ain't got shit to do with you talking to your friends on some real shit. She's like, Maya is who's the one that's talking to them at this point. Pancake's daughter. She was like, I am the product of rape. And my mother got raped while she was in prison. And I am also pro-choice, but you don't see me spewing it out like this. This is business. And y'all both need to stay in your own motherfucking lane and stop sitting here spewing out this stuff about stuff that y'all clearly don't know or understand the capacity of what y'all are saying is, and who you reaching out and on the platform that you're speaking on, which is a big ass thing with a lot of people sitting there speaking on certain things, and they have this huge platform and they talking outside their fucking neck. Just shut the fuck up if you don't know the whole thing. Just be quiet. Shh, just sit and look pretty. Sing your song, girl, and be the fuck quiet. Boom. Okay? Educate yourself, okay? Before you go try to talk about anything. You don't know nothing. You ain't walked in these people's shoes. Sorry. Got a little upset. But anyway, so goes from there. That was the end of that. And they're like, oh, you know. Yeah, you did know. So it goes to Cookie and Damon dragging her down the street like a Raggedy Ann doll to go meet up with Lucius. Lucius looking all clean and whatnot, all spiffified. Finally, I didn't speak on this before, but that dango stupid wig is gone. And he's looking all spiffified and everything across the street. And he like, oh no, Cookie's bleeding again. What you thought was gonna happen to Cookie? She ain't give him no pussy for real, like back then. So what do you think? What kind of hold did you really think she was gonna have on this man, like for long term? So they get up to me and whatnot, and they're about to switch over. He's like, "It's my laptop," and then the let me just speak on this real quick. The Damon Cross character could have been really good had it been developed. He is a very good actor. I cannot think of his name, but he's a very good actor. Meanwhile, this is a scene with all good actors, and it's just like this is why I'm so disappointed in it, because when he came in, the original part of when Damon Cross came in, it's like, oh, this could really be leading up to something, and then it was nothing. So it's just the way they wrote it, the way things happened, it was just very disappointing to me. And I will keep saying that. I don't care if somebody's a big Empire fan. I'm an Empire fan, so I feel, yes, I can speak on it. Sorry, y'all. I had somebody or some people come at me like, oh, if you want to talk about Empire, then don't review it. I review whatever the fuck I want to review. Thank you very much. You don't have to watch it. Sorry, y'all. I don't be mean or nothing, but I'm just saying. Anyway, because I feel like my reviews are still thorough, whether or not I like it. I don't let that interfere in what I'm seeing and what I'm reviewing. Okay. Sorry. So from there, like, oh, she got some attitude today. Okay. So from there, Lucius throws a laptop and grabs Cookie. They jump into a cab, and she's, oh, Lucius. And he was like, you family at the end of the day, blah, blah, blah. Then he talking about some, we gonna drop her off at the next corner. I'm like, dang, you ain't about to. First, he wants to take her to the hospital. She's like, no, I'm fine. And then he's like, we're gonna take her to the next corner, drop her off. And then I got somewhere else to do, because I guess he was gonna try to run away and flee again. But she was like, no, I still got the card from my phone. Remember, she took that stuff. And now I remember, but now I saw that what Damon Cross had on his phone was the thing about from Conway, that white chick who was sitting there trying to bring Lucius down and was all super racist and saying all that stuff, tried to bring Thirsty in, and everybody just been going after him hard. Damon Cross has been funding her and money and her political campaign of what she's been doing, and Cookie had the information, and that's what she got off his phone. So she tells Lucius that she still has the SD card off her phone. So from there, it jumps to Cookie. I don't know which. Wait, no, yeah, this is the order it went into, because I got my notes, y'all. I got my notes. So from there, they're meeting with Conway, whatever her first name is, another little Becky, and they show her that they have. She's like, so man, why you invite people to your house? Why can't you invite them to another undisclosed place? Like, why you always trying to have people, all that negative energy coming into your house, all these people who hate you, and you want to serve them up justice and tell them all this? Like, why you got them coming to your house? But anyway, whatever. So they're like, oh, we have the information that Damon Cross has been funding your campaign, blah, blah, blah. We have all this evidence against you. And then she was like, okay, fine. What do you want? And then it's like, we want you to drop all charges against Lucius. And Lucius come up, like, yeah, looking like the house cat that he is. So yeah. So she's like, fine. But they were like, just know this, after this, we own you, because we got this fucking information on you that you ain't nothing but a dirty, thirsty trick. So she's like, whatever. So that's what happened from there. So then we finally get to Lucius and Cookie going to see their grandbaby, little Walker Lion. That's what they named him, Walker, which is Lucius's original real last name. So they were like, yeah, Pops, I just want him to be everything that we're not, and just be the good, precious little bundle of joy that he is. And even Lucius cuddles up a little bit to Cookie and all that. And then the episode ends, y'all. And then from the previews and whatnot, White Tracy coming back and causing havoc and all this other stuff. And I will see y'all next week for Empire season 6, episode 4. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope I gave y'all a good review. Love y'all. Please watch all my other videos. I try to keep it live, keep it real. and keep y'all entertained. And I enjoyed doing this. So just come along with me for the ride. Love y'all. See y'all later. Peace. Bye.